I ain't have to die to meet the devil. Angels fell and landed in the ghetto. The earth was given to the hands of devils. Then we seen the rise of the devil. We fell for the lies of the devil. When we got high was the devil. I looked into the eyes of the devil. I ain't had to die to meet the devil.
I remember I was only 13 when I met the demon. Gave me a deuce and a bundle of cocaine. Told me to sell to my people, make sure you keep them fiending. If any try to short you, make sure that you leave them leaking. He said,
I'ma hold you down when problems pop up.
How you got me moving this dope? Want me in lockup? He said,
Don't you want the Benz vertible with the top cup?
Yeah.
Stop, bitch, you get in that kitchen, let it rock up. Bitches love the dope boy, especially when it's wop up. I know you know why.
Who the plug from by the block up?
I'll tell you a little secret, man.
Cars wanna amaze me. I seen niggas shoot for the stars, but being lazy. Never get their head at the clouds, so you don't faze me.
I guarantee that you gon' regret it. Remember I said it.
Nah, you could dead it.
What you saying? I can't win?
Nah, devil, nice try. So until we meet again,
I ain't have to die to meet the devil. Angels fell and landed in the ghetto. The earth was given to the hands of devils. Then we seen the rise of the devil. We fell for the lies of the devil. When we got high was the devil. I looked into the eyes of the devil. I ain't had to die to meet the devil. I ain't religious or superstitious, but we've been getting fucked and put to the side like a mistress. Police patrolling why? Because prison became a business. They murder one of ours and they start talking about forgiveness. We think that it's alright because we got public assistance. If this ain't hell, dog, what is this? Where was all lives mattered when they killed Osama? There was no peace talk like the Dalai Lama. Bush dropping bombs saying he gon' bring the drama. They got justice, man, they even caught the Boston bomber. But when we ride, they send the military in armor. When we fight oppression, then our people die a martyr. You reap what you sow, some people call it karma. When Christ return, y'all gon' get this harvest like a farmer. Don't tell me don't bring up the past no more. They still trying to settle the score with a side of Shakur. I changed my life and I'm just trying to live life right. But at night I look behind me and see flashing lights, patting me down. You got nothing that's poking me right. I don't smoke or push pills, I gave up my vice. So Mr. Officer, why you wanna take my life? And your honor, why you gave our homeboy's life? I've been wondering why you shot our homeboy twice. Pussy with a gun screaming out that he got a knife. He came from Habibi's spot, it was chicken and rice. Shit's trife, I'm just giving visuals like Skype. Ash Trayvon, Mike Brown, Akai Gurley, Eric Garner, Sean Bell, Philando, Alton Sterling, Jaquan McDonald. The white man is so devilish. Ask Hammurabi, he'll tell you who the devil is. The white man is so devilish. Ask Hammurabi, he'll tell you who the devil is. I ain't have to die to meet the devil. Angels fell and landed in the ghetto. The earth was given to the hands of devils. Then we seen the rise of the devil. We fell for the lies of the devil. When we got high was the devil. I looked into the eyes of the devil. I ain't had to die to meet the devil. I ain't had to die to meet the devil. Angels fell and landed in the ghetto. The earth was given to the hands of devils. Then we seen the rise of the devil. I pray for the demise of the devil. Lord knows I despise every devil. I looked into the eyes of the devil and said I pray.
Purchase your tracks today.
Know the people been waiting for a minute for something authentic. Came in the truth and bossed in it, made niggas regroup. Had to shed light on the false image, I.S.U.P.K whole court. Now who the fuck won scrimmage? 2 words for soft niggas. What is good riddance? Don't affiliate with feminine symptoms. I know you feel me, nigga. This a death threat to hip hop. You don't stop that weak shit, I'ma mix your lean with some Grimlock. When the last time you heard it this raw? What I wish for's when the earth inherited by the piss balls. We been to war, them the ones I'm taking risks for. Ain't got no picks or no cards to hold. Holy angels watch my steps and block guard my soul. Can't let them leave my body cold. I know you feel me, nigga. Let the wicked weep and the meek prevail. God I've never been 50-50, I shall now awake and sleep a cell. Let the righteous cry, silence the pretender. A rebel without a cause, as long as I remember. Not thinking the kingdom, the only thing on my agenda. Can't avoid me, nigga. Middle finger to the ones that try to destroy me. Revenge of beauty, I'm a beast. I told the bitch she can't eat, let she join me for dinner. My God ain't got no regard for a sinner. One call fall on him like timber. I know you feel me, nigga. In the eyes of terror, I stand still. Go to work for the colony, bring it back to the anthill. Plus everything I drop, heavy as an anvil. Show you how to stand like a man in this damn field. I know you feel me, nigga. Fuck equality, it gotta be one man win and the rest lose. Wave devastator, I'm calculating my next move. UPK will real niggas seek refuge. Body shots for bars, that'll get you bruised. My niggas whole ranker, check your little attitudes. I came to fuck up your mood on your little holiday like I'm Mr. Scrooge. Resurrected from the grave, walking from the fall. Visions in my eyes, gripping the mic, screaming God bless the underdog down by the letter. And live by that protocol, walk by faith, not by sight. Ain't no hope in getting struggles. Life like double war, resist or get pulled into a world that never left you. I will endure, election will be sure, correction will be swift. No Will Smith, but I am legend. What else would you call the killer of deception? A leader got soldiers on post in every direction. On gold like a German shepherd, young and a restless, swear honor like a diamond necklace. I know you feel me, nigga.
Purchase your tracks today.
If Rome ain't know that, what is it?
Till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. One west till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. They ain't scaring me. Rip the soul out of Pharisee. Speaking heresy and get you fucked up apparently. It's like they daring me. I said chill, they ain't hearing me. They ain't listening. Every bar nitroglycerin. Hit your heart, bring it back to start, make you live again. Get them dividends or we start getting ignorant. I be on that soldier shit. I told you shit phenomenal. Nah, but he a domino. So what you suckers trying to do? Rhyming comical. Guess it's funny until I'm bombing you. Bring apocalypse to them pussy niggas that's popping shit. Team of all-stars, I coach them up like I'm Popovich. Fuck the politics and the lobbyists and apologists. They vagina, so we gon' check them like gynecologists. It's kinda obvious how the situation is ominous. The way I vomit this and regurgitate for the audience. They start applauding this cause the competition is fraudulent. From the era where niggas smoke you up like a parliament. The flow been stupid, shit has gotten retarded since. All the dominance of one west rising to prominent. Cause I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. They want a nigga quiet, mute my maneuvers, but I ride like I got group time for Uber. Rhymes hard like they've been viewed by Medusa. 9 milli Luger, 17 in the Ruger. Only need a few to sit up in your medulla. Obligata for the regatta, niggas wildin', they win every dollar. They riding by in black Impalas, let the semi holler. A showstopper, been as proper since a teeny bopper. But now I'm growing them off Patron, a premium of vodka. I put extensions on the Glock, modified the chopper. The swore heavy, war ready, and that's working mama. No marijuana, say I got the loudest silence on it. When I'm up on it, ain't no rapper do it like I do it. A lot of spitties and writers, but when they heat's on, none of them can get to the fire. Around with me, and I had a nigga spin like a tire. Down the D, and I'm still dope as a piper. I'm west till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me.
Cops wanna kill me cause I'm black. Ops wanna drill me cause I'm black. Can't get no job cause I'm black. She wanna fuck me cause I'm black. Her dad don't like me cause I'm black. But she Hispanic so she black. Ain't got no time for none of that. Bitch, I'm a Jude, so I'm black. Cops wanna kill me cause I'm black. Ops wanna drill me cause I'm black. Can't get no job cause I'm black. She wanna fuck me cause I'm black. Her dad don't like me cause I'm black. But she Hispanic so she black. Ain't got no time for none of that. Bitch, I'm a Jude, so I'm black. I can't fight the cops and the ops. Stolen Glocks that be on the block. While a crack tucked in the sock. And still help the ones I love. We was on the block for the grub. If you from my side, then it's love. Wanted big knots, busting out the jeans. But we was hurting all the fiends. Without that crack, he look just like me. Dirty nigga from the concrete. But the white man dealt his hand. So we eating out the trash can. People ride by. Don't extend a hand. Cause to them, this an average black man. So for him, that's why I gotta make it. I ain't talking rap. Before the slave ships, I'm one of a kind. Y'all can't take it. I could never leave my spot vacant. Cause I'm black, I see crowns and I take it cause I'm black. I never been in no spaceship, but I know a UFO when I see it. I know that it's gonna come when I need it. I put faith in God more than Bible reading. Cause I don't play that shit, address them when you see him. Cops wanna kill me cause I'm black. Ops wanna drill me cause I'm black. Can't get no job cause I'm black. She wanna fuck me cause I'm black. Her dad don't like me cause I'm black. But she Hispanic so she black. Ain't got no time for none of that. Bitch, I'm a Jude, so I'm black. Cops wanna kill me cause I'm black. Ops wanna drill me cause I'm black. Can't get no job cause I'm black. She wanna fuck me cause I'm black. Her dad don't like me cause I'm black. But she Hispanic so she black. Ain't got no time for none of that. Bitch, I'm a Jude, so I'm black. Learn to flip pennies cause I'm black. Know about semis cause I'm black. Yeah, in the hood we was strapped 10 toes down, we wear sacks. Substitute Israelite with black. And you gotta guess where I'm at. I be with the priest chillin' hard, right on Malcolm X Boulevard. To you niggas, to me the stars. Everything about my life is hard, but I'll never fold, play my cards. You want beef? What's the cause? Watch your mouth, I hit hard. Back up for you need gauze. Everything you say mad pause. Every move I make is within them laws. And I've been the boss cause it's beneficial. Ask the enemy, I've been official. If not for weed, I've been the official. Homie, I understand why you smoke. Been depressed in slave boats, but the Bible is the cheat code. Far blunts don't need those. Brotherhood is life's cheat code. Cops wanna kill me cause I'm black. Ops wanna drill me cause I'm black. Can't get no job cause I'm black. She wanna fuck me cause I'm black. Her dad don't like me cause I'm black. But she Hispanic so she black. Ain't got no time for none of that. Bitch, I'm a Jude, so I'm black. Cops wanna kill me cause I'm black. Ops wanna drill me cause I'm black. Can't get no job cause I'm black. She wanna fuck me cause I'm black. Her dad don't like me cause I'm black. But she Hispanic so she black. Ain't got no time for none of that. Bitch, I'm a Jude, so I'm black. I don't gotta buy J's cause I'm black. I don't play 2K just cause I'm black. Fought my whole life cause I'm black. But I left his eye blowing black. Ain't got a trap cause I'm black. Ain't got not one face tat. But I'm still getting profile, cause I fit these crackers profile. Scruffy beard with the dark skin, baggy sweats with the butter Timbs. So they know they can't butter him, so they rather jail cell muzzle him. If you touching him, and you comfort him, cause I'm a law keeper, a peace bringer, no tranquility, a peace bringer. Deuce, that's a stereotype, that's accurate, cause crackers laying niggas in these cold streets and then telling my brother he got a beef for me. Cops wanna kill me cause I'm black. Ops want no time for none of that. Bitch, I'm a Jude, so I'm black. Cops wanna kill me cause I'm black. Ops wanna drill me cause I'm black. Can't get no job cause I'm black. She wanna fuck me cause I'm black. Her dad don't like me cause I'm black. But she Hispanic so she black. Ain't got no time for none of that. Bitch, I'm a Jude, so I'm black. So I'm black.
It's rolling on it. What is it?
Purchase your tracks today.
I.S.U.P.K. coming out of 1 West on the 25th Street, Harlem, New York, at the Commander GEN.YAHANNA. And today is the Brotherhood class, and this episode of the Brotherhood class is going to have to do with the lack of brotherhood makes our enemies rich. Now think about it, we go through like neighborhoods, I mean we go through our neighborhoods and it looks like garbage. But then we go through other people's neighborhoods and look how glorious it looks. I mean, it looks glorious when we go through other people's neighborhoods. And now we can't help but to think, man, why does our stuff look like that, but then theirs look like that? And then you have the neighborhoods of black people that look nice also, right? They look nice, but those people take on a mindset just like the heathens though. You know, so that, you know, that kind of messes, you know, things up with that right there too. Let me pull the first scripture. Let me get 1 Timothy chapter 6 and verse 17. The pink oppressors, the devil that the Bible speaks of, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, separate and learn from the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge on how to do so.
So like I said, he said 6 and 17?
Right. 1 Timothy. Let me flip to it.
Want to go ahead and read it?
Give me a second. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 17. Charge them that are rich in this world.
Whoa, read that again and just stop it where they say rich.
Charge them that are rich.
Charge them that are rich. What are we taught in this society to do? You know what we've been taught our whole lives? Now think about it, you know, do a rewind in your whole life when it comes to things like business and things like that. Black business, black owned business, all of that. We were taught to charge the poor, actually. That's why we say things like, black people don't support black business. Which is true. But then, you got to look at the business owners too, because you can't just look at the poor people. That's what they call the consumer. You just can't look at him. You know what I'm saying? You just can't look at that guy. You got to look at the people that own the business too.
Right.
Because he, in this scripture, will be considered as the rich. You own a restaurant, right? You own a restaurant, and you selling chili dogs and chili fries and all kind of stuff like that people like, right? But the products that you use taste like garbage. The chili is not even, you know, the chili comes out of some big gigantic can, and it's like actually not even chili, it's some type of mush.
Right.
This is things that I've seen, because I look at the black business myself. What I do, I look at the black business and the products, and you know how much I'm trying to look and see how much care they actually put into what it is that they're doing. Still messed up in this now. It's done declined all the way down to stuff like that. And not only that, because he's not even operating as a businessman, he's operating as a hustler. You know what I'm saying? And in my opinion, you know, a hustler he'll do anything. You know what I'm saying? He'll do anything. A hustler will sell you anything. You know what I'm saying? He'll just, his job is to hustle. Whatever the hustle is, it doesn't matter. Whatever the hustle is, because a lot of us, we go into business we were like dope dealers or something before. And that's what financed the business.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's one of the things that we do, and we despise the customers. Those are things that we do also. And what does all of this do? All of this makes the heathens rich. Because now you have this, you have this black business, and then you have all of these Arabs and all of them around that sell chicken and all kind of stuff like that. But then people see the sucky quality of their brother's product. And they get mad and they're like, to hell with that. I'd rather just go to the damn Arab. Go ahead.
Don't the Arabs sell black people pork even though they're Muslim?
Yes, they do. And they'll even sell it to a Muslim black person. Because we're not Muslims to them. Black Muslims think that they're real Muslims. They ain't no damn real Muslims. Black Muslims I mean, if you was an Arab, could you really respect a black Muslim? If you was an Arab, you can't, because even in Negro Islam, you know, we still have different things that we do. Because you got black Muslims out there that won't have another wife. He's scared of his woman. His woman a Christian. He a Muslim. She a Christian. He can't even control that. He can't even make her what he inside the apartment and shot and killed dude too. And then when it showed the picture of both of them, right? He was in Muslim. When it showed the picture of the man and his wife, the black man and his wife, he was in Muslim garb, right? Guess what she was wearing? The clothes that looked like she was ready to go to Sunday church. You see that? You know, the lack of brotherhood, and I think about it, and that Korean, he has some immunity among his own people concerning what he did, right? They support him, even though he's a murderer. Right. They support him. They don't give a damn about that. His race is more important than any damn thing in that situation, and that's one thing blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians gotta learn. Now let's go back to the scripture though.
Charge them that are rich in this world.
That are rich in this world. What world was being talked about at that time of Timothy? The world of Rome, and we're living in a new Rome today. Go ahead.
That they be not high-minded.
That they be not high-minded. We should be charging black leaders. We should be, because this is loving your brother. This is brotherhood. You charge them black leaders. This is brotherhood among the people. Is to charge the leadership, because the leadership is actually supposed to be a servant of the people. They're not just supposed to be, just somebody that's just gloating up on their, smelling their own sauce. That's not what that's about. Everybody that's called to be a leader is also called to be a servant too. That balances things out. Read that part again.
That they be not high-minded.
That they be not high-minded, because if you don't charge the leadership, what happens with them? They be high-minded. That's the reason why we have celebrities. How do celebrities talk about us? How do they talk about black people, poor black, things like that? Right. Because without them black people, he would not have that black business. That's why it's called black business. You know what I'm saying? They have been supporting them, but you know what? They get no thanks for it. And that's another thing that goes on real strong in the black community too. And that's also an example of lack of brotherhood, when people don't get credit for the things that they actually do. Hell, black man don't even get credit in his own damn house for the things that he do. He can put his kids through college, buy her that ring, do all of this stuff, buy a house for them, all of this stuff. He gets no credit for it. And his damn daughter get out of college and talk to him like he ain't nothing. And he put her dumb ass through college with his blue collar job. She got a goddamn office job, and all of a sudden she think she's way better than he is, even though she only makes half the money inside that damn office as he makes. Just because her little job, she in the office and she wears a little, the little suit, skirt things and all of that, running faxes and doing all that stuff that they do there. He's a construction worker, and this is her dad, and she still views herself as being over him. Still. And so does the mother. Go ahead. Is the scripture go ahead.
Could we blame Cardi B for that?
Okay.
All
There's always going to be Cardi B's. That's one thing that we have to understand. There's always going to be a Cardi B. back in the day, well, you had Cardi B's running around 3,000 years ago. Jezebel. That was a Cardi B also. You know, you always have those. We can't blame her like specifically, but what she stands for and that whole realm of Hollywood, because that's what they're about. You know, they're about stuff like that. She ain't doing nothing but the things that's in her world. And here's the funny thing about it, but she is with them. That's why we got to stop looking at these celebrities as if they're role models and examples. They're going to cut that paycheck. And they're going to get nastier and nastier. Before it was Cardi B, it was damn Nicki Minaj.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Before Nicki Minaj, who was it? Anybody know?
Lil' Kim.
Yeah, there you go. You were going to say too? Yeah, it was Lil' Kim. So what does that tell you? What does that tell you? It's always going to be. And you know what? I mean, even going back to the time when I was like 16, you had MC Choice. You remember? You ever heard that? That's way back, ain't it? You know what I'm saying? MC Choice. You know, the first woman you ever heard, you know what I'm saying, rapping like what she do. So what does this tell you? There's always going to be a Nicki Minaj until we're in power. Even when we in power, it's still going to be Nicki Minaj's, and we're going to be, you know, battling against them just like Elijah was battling against Jezebel.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we couldn't put solely the blame on her. The people that employ her, that control her damn strings, those are the people. Because she going to get thrown down just like every other damn celebrity. It was Nicki Minaj on the Lil' Kim on the decline. She running around looking like a damn a lion queen or something right now. You know what I'm saying? She ain't, you know, she done got totally destroyed. And she probably broke too. You know what I'm saying? Now think about it, broken, looking like a lion queen, that's pretty rough. And ain't landing no movie deals, ain't doing none of that, because she done messed herself up so bad. And she was a real nice looking sister. You know, back in the day, you know, when she was messing with Biggie, she was a nice looking sister. And you see her now, you know, she looked like something from, you know, I don't know what, something from a damn sci-fi, you know what I'm saying? You know, sci-fi movie or something. And then there's Nicki Minaj, and she on the decline. And then down here's Cardi B. It's her time, and she is gonna fall off too, just like the other ones do. And then somebody else is gonna pop up after her. And it's just gonna keep going like that. You know what I'm saying? You know, she's nothing but, you know, to do so. What we still get, I mean, come on, you think about it though. I didn't know he was like. We find out he's you know, I don't know. Find out he's a sellout.
Right. Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah.
You know, we still like, oh man, I can't believe it. Believe it.
Right.
Look what world he's in. And he made the choice to be in that world. Find out Lil Wayne like blowing rods. Yeah, you surprised. Why you surprised? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You know, we should see it coming, right?
Right.
I mean, damn, you know. But with the people that's so shocked and surprised, that's because a piece of us is still inclined to that and still looking up to them. They should be looking up to us. They should be calling us and seeing, hey man, you know, she plan on divorcing me and taking, you know, such and such $1 million. What should I do? That's what celebrities should be doing with us.
Right.
They should be calling up the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, like what was it? All of these divorces is happening. Dre and all of them that's getting divorced. Dre should have been calling up the school. Right. Dre in New York too, ain't he? I think. Dr. Dre?
Yeah.
He should have been calling up the school. Be like, man, you know, this broad plan on taking, you know, she planned on taking, you know, such and such $100 million from me. What should I do? Go ahead.
It's like, didn't they say she trying to take $1 million a month?
Yeah.
That's a lot of money. $1 million a month, 12 months in a year, that's $12 million a year. Good night. she's just eating him alive. So Dre, now he's a slave to the damn beat machine. You know what I'm saying? He a slave to her and that beat machine. He gotta make a beat now. You know what I'm saying? Trying to make movies, he gotta try and do something. And then you know what they're gonna do with him? They'll be like, well, Dre, well, you know what you gotta do? Go to that director's couch. You know what I'm saying? You go to the director's couch. You know what go down on that director's couch. He gotta be in an orgy or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Real talk, because that's how they get down, because Hollywood is ran by the Amalekites. Right. It's ran by them. They're the Greeks, and we already know what the Greeks is about. The Greeks are setting up bone and goats. You can imagine what they do to a human. You know what I'm saying? Here, you know, is Greek for pharmacy, which has to do with drugs. That's why everybody in Hollywood is doped out. And then they got to, and here's the pressure that they under, because they stuck between a rock and a hard place, because they got to be on drugs because of all the stuff that they know goes on in Hollywood. How the hell else can they cope, right? How else can they cope?
They can't.
Yes, they can't.
They can't.
So now they eating pills like Pac-Man.
So like you saw how Kanye West came out on TMZ and said that he had an opioid addiction because of the perception that he was being perceived as by his own people and the people of Hollywood as well. And that's why he was saying, the reason why he was saying that he was he was supporting Trump. It was also said by his disgusting wife, Kim Kardashian, that he was having a mental breakdown. Really? Also, too, that he was feeling insecure about his weight, which
weight?
He would say that he was feeling fat, that he was taking drugs to slim down. I think it was a fat.
He sound like a woman. That's some stuff that a broad would say. You know what I'm saying? You know,
and slavery was a choice.
Right.
A mass choice of words.
But then he's feeling that. Think about this for a second. He's feeling some kind of way because of the way black people is perceiving him after he running around with a damn MAGA hat on. Yes. You know what I'm saying? And saying slavery was a choice and wondering why they feel that way about him. He don't see black people as his people. Right. But see, one thing that black celebrities and stuff do understand, the fact that who they stepped on to get to where they at is black people. Black people held these, because Kanye West, where's he from again?
He's from Chicago.
Oh, yeah.
Right. You see what was in Chicago, New York, all of that stuff, just like Jay-Z and all of them. It was these niggas, the regular street niggas, that put those dudes on the map. Right. You know, regular dudes. Who would have known about them if it wasn't for that? That's that underground stuff. And underground, when you're dealing with underground, you're dealing with predominantly just black people. You know what I'm saying? When you become famous, you know, like people like Bootsy Collins and stuff like that. You get famous, a lot of these jazz musicians and stuff, who do they get their, their popularity and everything off of? They get it off of them black people and one of them smoky joints from somewhere. You know what I'm saying? All across the country. Niggas going to, rap battles and all of this stuff. And who's pumping them up and uplifting them? Predominantly the tribe of Judah, the world's goddamn hype man. Right. You know what I'm saying? The tribe of Judah is catapulting them and putting them up. But then once they get up and white people start to recognize them, now they figure they done made it. That's what making it is. For white people to pay attention to you. Made it. That's what the it is. You know what I'm saying? You ain't nothing the way, even in their own mind, even though they got all this popularity among black people and stuff like that, they still ain't nothing unless white people is paying attention to them. And then a white man is the devil. And he makes them sign, go ahead.
Can you say that's a symptom of Stockholm Syndrome? Them always seeking the love of their oppressor?
Yes, it is Stockholm Syndrome. But they getting Stockholm Syndrome even out of the hood that's predominantly black.
know?
They wouldn't have them. They do. They turn on the. Is because he went out and in before the people. He was one among them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's one of the reasons why people love and respect Commander GEN.YAHANNA so much. Because he's one of us. And he handles himself as if he is one of us. That stuff's important. It's very important. You know what I'm saying? And like, say for instance, you done had like mob figures and all of that stuff that done made it to political positions and stuff like that. They don't even shake their underworld ties. But then the black celebrities want to cut their underworld ties off, and people like Kanye West want to sit there and get mad and say, I'm hurt by the way that my people is perceiving it. Oh, we your people now, right? No, you got rich, didn't you? You got rich and turned on black people. That's why that scripture says, when it talks about charging them that are rich, you know, that they be not high-minded, because if the rich are charged, you know, if a dude is rich, right, and he come up among the congregation, people understand that this man owes a debt to the people of the community, because that's what business is about. Business is about your race. It is. And in every other race, in business, you know, that's your, what do they call it, your market? Your market? Is that what it is, McCall? You know, your race is your market?
I think you're close to it.
Is it like economy? Like your economy?
Yeah, pretty much.
Your economy, your revenue.
Right, yes. Just like Black Wall Street.
Yeah, kind of.
You know, the money in Black Wall Street, man, to be honest, I've seen the figures of how many times the money bounces, because it has to bounce around that community before a dollar leaves. Go ahead.
I believe as far as me, you got one of this. As far as the Black Wall Street, I believe the dollar was surfacing around, and you know, in our little community, our little empire, dollar was surfacing around 15 minutes, maybe something like that.
No, it's how many times, like say for instance, how many times it circulates through, like say for instance,
like I give you $1, I give him
right,
$1.
and it touches
yeah,
black hands.
I want to say maybe 15 minutes or something like that, or it was probably sooner than that.
Yeah, it was.
Because I know in the story of, you know, the birth and the falling of Black Wall Street, it talks about the first time how soon the money would touch your hand, versus after the destruction, how soon the money would touch.
Yeah, I think that has something to do with it too, because the time. Because think about it, you get $1, you know, and the way things work now, you get $1, you give the same dollar to an Arab.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He getting that 15-minute, you know what I'm saying, it's going straight to him. Or any other, you know, race or whatever, or the white people, and the dollar don't really circulate around with us. Right. But back during the time of Black Wall Street, go ahead.
They said like it took a year for the dollar to leave the black community. Right,
they said it bounced 36 to 100 times. Yes. Now remember, when you go in the scripture, when the blessing was 30, some 60, and some 100-fold.
That's right.
So think about it. That goes right along with scripture, because when I was reading that when I first started getting on the internet, it said the dollar bounced 36 to 100 times. Nobody, Jewish money don't even do that.
That's right.
They money only bounce about 19. 36 minimal?
That's crazy.
Good night.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I couldn't even believe it. When I read that, I'm like, man, this got to be wrong. There's no way. But when you read the Bible, the blessing is 30, some 60, some 100-fold. So which actually translates into the same damn thing. The money bouncing 36 to 100 times. Banks, go ahead.
Like that means like the doctors,
yes,
mechanics,
yes,
stay in the community.
Yes. And that's how you really start to build, you know, strong community right there. Any more on the scripture?
Nor trust in uncertain riches.
Nor trust in uncertain riches, because of riches, we see people going broke every damn day. We see celebrities and all of that going broke every day. They get hit with divorces. They getting hit with a lawsuit for this and a lawsuit for that, or something like that. And they just being picked a damn part. You got celebrities now and like NBA players and stuff like that that are doing like little menial jobs and stuff right now. That's uncertain riches for you. Believe that. And these dudes are millions of us in hell. You go to the next.
Who giveth us richly all things to enjoy.
Now, it said trust in the living God, right? What is the first, what is the commandments that Christ said was when he was asked, what's the most important commandment? To love the Most High with all your mind, heart, and soul, and to love your neighbor as yourself. This is business. This is business right here.
Okay.
When we do that, imagine how broke the nations would start to be. If we did that, if we valued one another like that, if we slapped that value that we put on heathens and all of that, if we put it on our own people like that, they would start to think about it for a second. Just think about any business that you know that the heathens have. Let me tell you what will happen. The Arab chicken joints, right? Now, could you imagine inside these Arab chicken joints, if they seeing the love of black people, even if they inside the chicken joint, right? They see brothers that they don't even know. They dapping it up with brothers that they don't even damn know. You know what I'm saying? And they see that because they're looking, they watch. And you know what? When they see that, you know what they're going to start to do? Imagine the murder rate starts to go way the hell down. And then they see that too. You know what they're going to want to do? They're going to want to start giving out free food. Because here's one thing. When black people show love towards one another, the onlookers want to be a part of that love too. You know what I'm saying? I'm just keeping it real. You know, the onlookers, especially when it comes to the tribe of Judah. Now they calling you brother. You ever been UPK'd out and went inside an Arab gas station or something like that, and they start calling you brother? When they sat there and just cussed the dude out that was standing out smoking a damn cigarette in front of their gas station. You got to leave. You got to get out of here. You got to leave. But then they see you, and all of a sudden they calling you brother. Right? Right. I've been through it. This is stuff that I've been doing that I see personally, you know. They just knew that I stood for something, you know. So I come in and they want to be a part of it. Well, at least it's not to be a part of it, but to shift the love that you have to your people back to them is what they're really trying to do. You know. The same thing devils do. That's why devils can't stand us calling each other brother. They can't stand that. That's why they'll come up to you and be like, is that guy, is he really a brother? That's why they do stuff like that. If you stand firm on that, then they don't have no choice but to respect you. They're going to respect you and they're going to be afraid of you. And now what they got to do now is go to the other people and try to turn them against you. You go ahead?
Fuck yeah. Like, a few years ago, me and Officer McCabe used to work the same slavery. And we would call each other brother. And that's what, like, the managers and the people who work there will ask us if it's really brothers.
Yeah, yes. You see how the mind of the devil works? Because our unity makes them afraid. It makes them terrified. That's, brother, y'all was shown, just by y'all doing that one thing, calling each other brother, you know what I'm saying? That scared the piss out of them. Right. You know what I'm saying? And that's why they come up, because what did the devil want to do? He wanted to divide. That's why he come up and ask you, y'all really brothers? Because what he wants to say, he wants you to say is, no, we're not really brothers. No, we just, he wants you to reduce you know, the value of what it is that you do in the school. You know what I'm saying? Or the value to diminish the look of the unrest easy.
That's right.
Go ahead.
They want to see us fighting and strife with.
Yes.
They want to see us come together.
Yeah, so we constantly got to be thinking about things like that, because you have brothers and stuff out there that know that, and they'll still coon in front of the devil.
Right.
They know that, and they'll still, you know, be like that. But here's the thing. I mean, the fact that all of y'all was working at the same slavery and everything, right? And it was like, how many of y'all working there?
Oh, it's just me and I.S.U.P.K.
Just y'all two? Now just imagine if there was 8 of y'all. You know what I'm saying? Y'all would be a solid force, you know what I'm saying? And now they're thinking it's a takeover, this bad boy, you know what I'm saying? Right. Real tough. You know, because that type of, and then being the fact that it was y'all too, what that also causes the other black people to do in there, either they're going to hate y'all or they're going to start to respect, and they'll mess around and be running around saying brother too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because they'll want to be a part of the love also. You know what I'm saying? They'll want to be a part of that. When we love one another, it makes other people want to be a part of it. You know what I'm saying? Just like when I was in Chicago one time with the Boston camp, and it's be the little things sometimes that you don't think about that people see you do, and that could be the thing that brings somebody into the truth. Like, I was with the Boston camp in Chicago, and we was at the 137 building and everything, and we came up and we saw some of the other brothers, you know, that showed up a little afterwards, and we was all dapping it up and everything, and these people that we wasn't even paying attention to were looking and watching us. They come up, you know, the brother came up to me, he's like, man, you know, he's like, man, y'all brothers, man, y'all really care about each other. I could tell by the way that y'all were greeting each other and everything. And that made him want to get down. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what ended up happening with the brother later on. Hell, as far as I know, hell, he could be in the school. Hell, I don't know. But I don't know what, or he maybe about to come in or something. But that put a seed inside his mind right there, you know. So when he go back out in the street and he see the cutthroatness and stuff like that, he ain't got no choice but to remember what he saw in front of that 137 building in Chicago. You know what I'm saying? That's going to pop back in his mind. You know, that's why this thing, you know, the brotherhood thing is so important. And that's why it's so important we have brotherhood classes, things like, you know. And they're used to stuff like that. But then they like, these brothers, they ain't going to try and mess with your wife or nothing like that. They're like, so what do we become to them? We become like a rest haven or something. You know what I'm saying? Pink oppressors, the devil that the Bible speaks of. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians separate, learn how to separate, and learn how to do it effectively through the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 54. So let the man that is tender among you.
And what does that tender, what does that mean? What does that mean right there? The man that is tender among you.
Is it speaking like about like your husband or something like that?
No.
Or just men in general?
Yeah, men in general, because I mean, a man can be tender even regardless whether he's married or not, you know. Right. What it means, a compassionate brother, you know what I'm saying? A brother, you know, understanding. You see a brother in a situation, you want to help him. You see the brother, like in the law, the brother's ox is caught in a ditch and everything, and the tenderness of you be like, man, hold on, let me help this brother. Let me get on about this, you know. Go ahead.
Like kindness.
Yes. Yeah, you know, a brother that's kind, you know, and he's not trying to rob you, trying to set you up, not trying to extort you or anything like that. He's just doing this out of, you know, out of genuineness, you know, the tenderness that we're talking about in this scripture. He's doing it out of that. How we operated as a nation. Down and everything. Trying to get, so in our mind, we think that he's the tender man on the earth. You know what I'm saying? When he's certainly not. He's only trying to help you because he's helping you for his race, not because you need help. Go ahead.
He's like enticing them to love their race of people.
Yes, that's what he's doing. Because see, this is the thing that they all of these races understand this but us. Race is everything.
Right.
And everybody goes, goes for their race. Everybody does things to make their race be perceived better, so on and so forth, And he's just a regular old dude or whatever. But then this is how we'll take it. We'll say, well, when I was broke down on the side of the damn road, it was a white man that helped me.
Right.
And we'll use that as an excuse for us to hate our own. Ain't nobody helped me but somebody white. Okay. When I was little, a white woman raised me. A white man taught me how to play baseball. Ain't you seen people do that? One day, I was down and out, and a white man gave me a cigarette, and then gave me a light. You see how silly our people is? Yeah, you see how, it was too damn difficult to damn deal with. He went and had a family with him. That's stupid. So, because the more times he put you out, the weaker you gonna be. You know what I'm saying? The weaker you gonna, you know what I'm saying? Now you don't want to say certain stuff in the house. Because now you don't want to argue with.
Like the more you emasculate.
Sitting there with a damn, you know what I'm saying? You do. It's gonna be magnified like it's the greatest damn thing that ever happened to you. All right, let's go on with the scripture.
Okay. And very delicate. His eyes shall be evil towards his brother.
Now there's a total flip to that. That tenderness and everything. Now you see the same damn dude with his ox in the ditch. And he's like, nigga, screw you, nigga. Sorry about your luck, nigga. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna do, I ain't helping that nigga. That nigga might be trying to rob me, something like that. His eyes already damn evil. He don't even wanna, don't even wanna help his brother or whatever. Go ahead.
And towards his wife of his bosom.
And now think about it. Now he come in from work. Then dude come in from work. He didn't gotta, he can be talked to all crazy about the devil. And what does he do? Come home and argue with his woman. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you start to argue. Because he's so oppressed and pissed off about what happened at work, and he can't even do anything about it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He can't do nothing about it to them because he needs that job, because he has to keep the roof over the house and food in the refrigerator and stuff like that. Good.
And towards the remnant of his children.
And towards the remnant of his children. He's pissed off at them too. Go ahead.
Which he shall lead.
Where you at?
Start at verse 55.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So that he will not give to any of them of the flesh of his children, whom he shall eat.
Right, because what will he do? If he had the kids, he raised the kids up and raised them to serve the devil. Just like that mother, What first thing he want to do? Black father, first thing he want to do, he ain't gonna teach him nothing morally, but what he will do is teach him to run that football.
Right.
Because he believes that if his child is running that football and he go to the pro, then he gonna have the money to gamble. He's gonna have, all the money for hoes, everything that he want to do, his son gonna have to kick that dust to him and everything, kick that money to him, so that he can, and so much so.
Because he had nothing.
Hey, set him down or something. All right, go ahead. Yeah, keep going.
And in the straightness wherewith thine enemies shall distress thee in all thy gates.
Now, do they have us distressed in all of our gates? Yes, they do. Every damn black community is stressed. You see what I'm saying? They have us in a siege. The gates is supposed to be, hell, the damn black leaders and everything is supposed to be the gate to defend black people. They're not supposed to let other races come in and suck up all the resources out of the black communities. They're not supposed to do that. They're supposed to. We can't go to none of their communities and do that. Try to set up a store and pick any heathen. Pick Africans. See if we can set up a business there. Now, come on, we all supposed to be the same. These Africanisms. Africanism people. You try to say that us and the Africans is one. Why the hell the Africans set up businesses in our neighborhood, but we can't set up none in theirs?
Right.
We all supposed to be one, right? What are we selling them? You know what I'm saying? Only thing you got, a few sisters selling them some box sometimes. That's about it. Go ahead.
Verse 56. The tender and delicate woman among you, which would not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground.
Right.
For delicateness and tenderness, her eyes shall be evil towards her husband of her bosom.
Right. Evil towards her husband. We already know what that's about. Go ahead.
Okay. And towards her son. And towards her daughter.
Son. Yeah. Just like she kicked the father out, the son get 18, 17, 16, she putting his ass out too. Plus he grow up looking like his daddy too. Oh no, nigga.
That coming out. Yeah, 6 and 46.
56. 6 and 56.
Second Ezra, chapter 6, verse 56. As for the other people, which also come of Adam.
Yeah, everybody come of Adam, right?
Thou hast said that they are nothing.
Right, that they're nothing. So, what does this say about anybody that's not Israelite? I mean, it's plain as day right there. So if they're nothing, then why do we esteem their business endeavors and stuff over ours? And you know what? I think about it. Our women wear their women's hair. Actually, their hair should be an abomination to our women. Because everything that you take in, that's why they do, a lot of times they do drug tests with hair, right? That's when they do the real test. They pluck some hair out and test the hair because they can tell everything that goes in your body through the hair, right? So just imagine what goes through the East Indian woman's body and what is in hers, right? Go ahead.
Or the Chinese.
Yes, or the Chinese. Or the Vietnamese. And all of that. All the dog eating will show up in that hair too. Go ahead.
On the scripture.
Correct.
But be like unto spittle.
What is spittle? Like drool. Second, if you don't marry to you, the people that look like you don't matter to you either. So if the people that look like you don't matter, then how the hell are you going to go into any type of business partnership with them and it work? You don't have no value upon them.
Right.
Just like, say for instance, the back when we talk about the Black Wall Street and all of that, the numbers rackets. You know, because at one time, you know, the lottery, black man's inventor of the lottery. All right. We so easily infiltrated also, which make it so messed up too. We so easily infiltrated. You had a dude that was he looked like a black man, but he was a devil. He was his name was something Jones or something like that, but he ended up at the top position of the black numbers rackets, which they operated in a council. You know, it was a council full of brothers. Well, he ended up as the head of it and ended up teaching some Italian dude how the numbers racket works. Next thing you know, the Italian dude kidnapped him, held him hostage, and like tortured him and everything, and gave him $100,000 for the secrets on how to run the rackets. And the rackets was taken over. How easily, next thing you know, all of them mob people, because they couldn't get in at first. It was a wall built around it. It was a gate built around it. And a lot of black men warred against the Italians, the Irish, or whoever the hell else wanted to try it, because the numbers racket was so damn lucrative, everybody was salivating over it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody wanted a piece of it. Remember the movie Harlem Nights, even though it was known as being a funny movie and everything? And then you got the movie Hoodlum and all of those type of movies like that. We had some level of power then. You know, we had some, you know, even in like Boardwalk Empire, stuff like that. We had a level of power then, and we was going to war with them devils. We was going to use the devil itself. You know what I'm saying? All the devils wanted to control the rackets.
Right.
And he was looked at as being black because he had a black mother.
So didn't after the Italian mob stole it from the black man, didn't the American government steal it from them?
Yes. Yes. That's exactly how it worked. Now you have a lottery in every state. And look how much money, look how many billions they make off of it. Think about that. We were totally disinherited. And when we were doing it, it was legal. They made it illegal. You know what I'm saying? They made it illegal. People were still trying to do it and everything, but now the feds had a reason to come, you know, and bust up your businesses and stuff now because they made it illegal. And if it hadn't have been for that, now think about it, if it hadn't have been for that and the numbers racket had only stayed among us, now they would have to find a reason. Now they would have to just come out flat out and be who they are and be like, no, we want to go to war with them, we want to invade them just because they're making so much money. Right. They ain't got no reason. You know what I'm saying? We were supposed to operate pretty much as a law of ourselves. You know, just like everybody else do. You know, they operate as a law within themselves. You go ahead.
And has likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel.
Yes, the more they multiply, they ain't nothing. The more they multiply, but we think they're something great. We think they're something great because they own a gas station. You know, the gas station, a lot of us come out, you know, and we run around trying to get cigarillos and all of that stuff from. We look at them as great ballers, right? And we don't even think nothing's wrong when they have our women in the back room. You know what I'm saying? Now think about it. Look how lopsided that deal is. They can have your woman, Not saying that no niggas should get with no African or no Arab or nothing like that, but you can't have their woman. Now look how that deal looks. When they can have, you know, not saying that we should be trying to get with the deal right there. You better not even say hi to one of their women, while they can grab your woman's ass at will. You know what I'm saying? When you ain't in that damn store. You know? Well, in some cases, they'll try and flirt with her right in front of you. Because that's how, that's the lack of respect that they have when we love other nations. You know what I'm saying? It's funny because we get concepts like this when we like go to prison or something like that. You know? You go, if a person go to prison, you like, there's a law there, you don't let no nigga take nothing from you. Right?
Right.
And that's a law in prison. You don't let no nigga take nothing from you. You know, if you ain't cool with that nigga, you don't let him borrow nothing. You know what I'm saying? You don't know that nigga, you don't mess with him like that. You know? If a nigga say something to you, you know, you got to check him. If a nigga, you know, take your pack of noodles, you might have to kill him. You know what I'm saying? These are laws. But yet, outside of that, outside of prison, you can have the hardcore prison criminal dude that's known and respected. He come outside of there, his mind is concerning the outside world, will let everybody take anything from his people. He's spiritually bending over when he come outside of prison. He's spiritually bending over. Castrate himself and bending over and let everybody run up in him. You know what I'm saying? You know, the same, you know, niggas go to prison and see that because prison is a world in itself. And it's kind of, in a lot of senses, it's a microcosm of the world on the outside and how things run. The only thing with certain differences, like cigarettes will be currency. You know, things like that, but it's still all the same damn principle. You know, it's still the same principle, damn square. You know what I'm saying? A cigarette. So blacks are taught in prison to stick with blacks. You know what I'm saying? But it's in so many of us, we'll be even divided inside of that, and we won't even unite as blacks. We'll unite as Crips. Rhinos or whatever the hell you call it. They throw off all of that. You know, if they, whatever they was, they could be a Crip or something out there in the world. He'd go in there and he's going to be an Aryan. You know what I'm saying? And all of them will be up under the same umbrella. Same damn thing with the Asians, you know. Asians is in prison. They going to all be up under one umbrella. You know. Blacks and Spanish, we'll be the only ones divided up and everything like that. You know, while everybody else sit back and just watch.
Like they'll be in prison, like in the groups with their own people, but as soon as they leave the prison, now they're all about love and want to come together with everybody.
Right, exactly. Yeah, you got to carry that same. You know, you go to prison. A lot of people, when people go to prison, they learn certain things. Hell, so a lot of people go to prison and come out a better crook than what they was before they went in prison. They learn stuff, you know what I'm saying? And you know, but why can't they learn that concept when the blacks are stuck with the blacks? Why don't he bring that out into the world and be like, you know, blacks stick with blacks? Go ahead.
I think the reason why they don't do it is because their mom in a Christian church.
Yeah, that too. Yes, and then you put the white girl on. You put the white girl in the equation. That too, you know. But at the same time, though, he was a Christian when he was in prison. You know, he was a Christian there. So he come out the goddamn prison to get weak. See, one of the most notorious killer dudes. There's a guy named Wing Perry that's out of D.C. and watching like this story because it was what that movie. Remember the movie? What is the name of it? I don't forgot the damn name of the movie. But they had a movie based on those dudes that was moving cocaine and all of that stuff in the 80s. You know, between like New York and D.C. It had Cameron in it. Cameron. It was a dude. Damn, the famous actor, I forgot his name, and the one that played Avon Barksdale on The Wire, he was in it. And all of these were playing real dudes, real people and shit. Thing about it, he wasn't in it. Michael Jordan of the Murder Game. That's how vicious this guy was in DC. Now, I mean, he pretty much had DC totally in fear and on lock. But then he even said some stuff, you know, I'm not just talking about black people, I'm talking about all people. Man, come on, man. It was all niggas in DC. When y'all was, you know, and all of the police brutality and all of that stuff was happening to niggas. It wasn't just happening to everybody and all of that.
Right.
You know. But like I said, you know, a lot of people, you know, just become weak. Yeah, but anyway, let's go back into the scriptures though. Let's go to Nehemiah. No. Where we at now? 57, 58?
Come.
Okay.
57.
Okay.
Second Ezra, chapter 6, verse 57. And now, O Lord, behold, these heathens, which have ever been reputed as nothing, have begun to be lords over us.
Yes, these heathens that are reputed as nothing, and that's the way that we should see it. We should see it that way when we gotta go into the gas station or into, you know, or dealing with any heathen. We should see them as that. People that were reputed as nothing that have become lords over us. They're actually still nothing.
Right.
They're still nothing. So what, they got a damn gas station and all of that. You know what I'm saying? Who gives a damn about that? But we see them as something, you know, we damn near see them as something holy because they got it. You know? We want to become part of we want to become a Muslim because we think we're going to get to hook up on some drugs and some guns. Go ahead.
And to devour us.
What does it mean to devour us?
To destroy it.
Or we'll be a little more specific based on what we was just talking about as far as them having their businesses and taking all of you deal with any type of business, those grants and all of that. He does it on purpose because he has one main people that he wants to destroy. Go ahead.
And
those gas stations. And watch how much it's going to be. It's going to be on. Go ahead.
Verse 58. But we, thy people, whom thou hast called thy firstborn, thy only begotten, and thy fervent lover, are given unto their hands.
See, the way Ezra is thinking is how a lot of us should think. You know, how black, Hispanics, and Native Indians would think if we perceive them how he's perceiving them, then their businesses and stuff will start to come down. That's why me myself personally, I think it's a good thing that a lot of the businesses are boarded up. You know what I'm saying? I think it's a very good thing because where is it hurting them at? It's hurting them economically in their pockets. So now if the businesses stay shut down, what are they going to have no choice but to do? They're going to fulfill that scripture when it says everybody should return to their own people. So what are they going to have to do? Because what are they doing? They're building up their own countries, but what they make off of us here. They're building up their own countries because, of course, what are they doing? Hey. They send that money back to their places, and that's the reason why you look at their cities. They got cities that rival Las Vegas and New York, Manhattan, and all of that. That's why they got so many glorious cities and stuff over there. 50 years ago, they didn't look nothing like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They ain't look anything like that. It's a direct link between our oppression and their riches. As a matter of fact, let's prove that. Let's go to Romans 11 and 12.
Come.
Hey, DeAndre, get them in here and then sit them down. Get them in here and get Keyshawn in here and sit them down.
Romans chapter 11 verse 12. Now if the falling of them be the...
And what is this for? People with wealth just to throw away. Saudi families worth trillions of dollars. Go ahead.
And the diminishing of them, the riches of the Gentiles.
The diminishing of us, abortions. Imagine how many people invest in abortions. These rich, powerful families all over the earth, all of them contribute to the destruction of us. They will throw money at that. Let any type of harebrained, any type of whacked out scientist dude can say, I want to study the African American. He applied for a grant, guess what? He gonna get it. Regardless of how much it is. Because, the tap is open. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to destroying us, the tab is open. And they will stop at no investment. Imagine how many people funded Charles Darwin when he came with the Darwinist theory of evolution. And he was putting it as if we were underdeveloped as human beings. And guess what? People shovel money at it. Go ahead.
How much more their fullness?
Okay, take that part from the top.
Okay. Now if the fall of them be the riches of the world, and the diminishing of them the riches of the Gentiles, how much more their fullness?
If the diminishing of the, imagine how much more the fullness, but what? Go ahead, keep reading.
Okay. Verse 13. For I speak to you Gentiles, inasmuch as I am the apostle of the Gentiles. I magnify my office.
All right, take it. As a matter of fact, let's go to
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 29. And thou shalt grow at noonday.
Now think about it. You got black business people and everything, and they just can't find out why their business is not prospering. Because what happens? They get shut down, right? They get defunded. Another thing that we do too also is when we have a business, we want a business, right? We want a commercial business. That's another thing that we do. We want the building, and they charge us high prices because they got the building. They charge us super high prices. And I think about it, now if you say you got a barber shop, imagine how much hair you got to cut just to pay the damn rent to the business that you got. So that also staggers you also. And then who do we blame for it? We don't blame the people that own the building. We blame black people, the same damn black people whose hair you cutting. That's one of the things that we do also. We blame the damn people, and this is the reason why a lot of black business owners hate black people. Some of the black people hate the black business owners. You know what I'm saying? Because the business owners, don't operate. They want to be businessmen when it benefits them. But they want your support when it doesn't benefit you, and you come in as just a consumer. Because a lot of black business people want to do the same thing as white people do. They want to do the same damn thing. That's what they want to do. They have that type of mindset. That's why the scripture said, charge them that are rich. He's supposed to be charged. Like, say for instance, you own a restaurant, and there's a brother out there, you know what I'm saying, he's, you know, homeless, you know, asking for change or stuff like that. You're supposed to make that man a fish sandwich. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Then something to drink. That's what you're supposed to do. You got the business, you know what I'm saying? You got the food. You make that man a fish sandwich. Now that's what people would do back in the day. People would at least do stuff like that back in the day, you know. Do it. So we know how to do it right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Go ahead.
And like the black business owners want to rip off their own people.
Yes.
Like the other nations do it.
Yes. Overcharge our own people, all of that stuff. And see, here's the thing. This is another thing that we're supposed to do, right? We're supposed to be biased towards our own. We're supposed to be biased. You know, like say for instance, we give that black dude a fish sandwich. We're not supposed to give it to no other race.
Right.
They don't do that. You know what I'm saying? You let you go to the Chinese restaurant and everything, they gonna make sure they people eat. And he ain't even gonna eat what they sell to you. He gonna eat the stuff that they eat, the you know, the better stuff, the real pastas and stuff like that. He gonna eat that. You know. But you try to go and try to get it, they gonna call the police. You sit there tell them they won't even let you use the bathroom. Chinese restaurants will not let you even use the bathroom. Show me any brother that used the bathroom in a Chinese restaurant and having to point out which restaurant. I'll go and I'll interview him. You know what I'm saying? Because that would be good.
And a few years ago, I believe they were saying how Starbucks and coffee shops and stuff like that wouldn't let homeless people use the bathroom,
right,
and stuff like that.
Right, you know, and they all reading from the same playbook. The Chinese, I don't care where you go. Chinese restaurants, the bathroom, they all taught to say the same thing. Bathroom walk. They all taught to say that regardless of where you go. You know? You go to Chicago, bathroom walk. You know, you have a Chinese restaurant, bathroom walk. You go to California, bathroom walk.
Or they'll try to make you pay for something in order to use the bathroom.
They won't let you use the bathroom even if you're paying for something. Because I don't go, we don't go into a Chinese restaurant unless we're trying to buy some food. You know, we don't hang out there. You know what I'm saying? When you see brothers and sisters going to a Chinese restaurant, you're trying to get some lo mein or some rice. But a white man though, he can go right in there and they'll do it right in front of your face. They don't even hide it. He goes say, I have to use the bathroom till he gets the key. They'll say right in your face, after you see him go in the bathroom, they'll say the bathroom is broke. Serious. They'll put it in your face just like that. Because the way that they don't have to respect us. For one thing, they see that we don't, our people as a whole don't operate in brotherhood. Nobody respects black, Hispanics, and Native Indians that don't act in brotherhood. Brotherhood is all you got. You know what I'm saying? That's all you got. Now think about it. And you know what? I mean, think about it. Look at all of these nations of people, all of these nations that are not a world power, that are like mud hut Africans and stuff like that. They respect with with the weakest militaries on the planet, but they still got respect. Why is that? Can you tell me? You tell me why they still got respect?
Because our people is always trying to love everybody.
No, I'm talking about why the heathens have respect. Even when they dealing with heathens that are like world powers and stuff like that, while they still, and they can be some little small, little nothing with hardly any military. They got like some little country somewhere, like Eritrea or something like that. Some little seemingly insignificant country, but they still have respect. The reason why they have respect is because they prefer each other. There's a measure of power that comes behind that. Now just imagine if we did that, with us being the people of the Lord. First thing they would do, they would try and do everything they could do to come against it, but if we still stand strong, they don't have no choice but to eventually back up and start to respect us, because now the fear is going to set in, because now they're going to think in their spirit their God might help them now, and they're going to be afraid. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason why. Okay, any more on the scripture?
Come. As the blind gropeth in darkness, and thou shalt not prosper in thy way.
If you despise them, and you look at everybody else is not going to be your business base. They're not going to help you when you're down. You ain't going to be able to go to none of their neighborhoods and, when you're down and everything, trying to come up as a businessman or whatever the case is, and go over to them and them be your market. No, they want to deal with you after you already up and respected by so many blacks. Then they'll start to deal with you, because they'll see that they can use you. They'll believe that they can use you to sell them your people. You know what I'm saying? But if you on the bar, they're not seeing nothing with you then, and they damn sure ain't gonna let you make a spoil out of theirs. You know what I'm saying? They damn sure ain't gonna let you make a spoil out of their people. That's not happening. So go ahead.
And thou shalt be only oppressed and spoiled evermore.
You see a lot of black people that used to own businesses and stuff like that, used to do this and that, used to own car washes and stuff like that. You see a lot of them now, they gotta work a regular slavery. They gotta work a regular job. You know what I'm saying? Back at square one. Either that, or they're somewhere on drugs, or they were dealing drugs and going into business and messed around and got popped and got, went to prison, and all of that. With that being said, we got the I.S.U.P.K coming out of 1 West on the 25th Street, Harlem, New York, under the commanding GEN.YAHANNA, paying tithes, support the men that's out here fighting to separate you from the people that are destroying you. With that being said, I'm going to read the announcements. No, I'm about to pass the class over. What's your name, Warrior? To Officer Trooper Bariah.
I.S.U.P.K security announcements. We are the I.S.U.P.K, started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here or sister has an interest in there's another 6 months will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers 18:21. Malachi 3 and 8 through 10 means 10 in the Hebrew. Ma'asher, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund. Free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you like. Upcoming holy convocation.
There will be no holy convocation. Oh, wait a minute. We will have the Feast of Dedication, and that will be coming up next month in December. It'll be the Feast of Dedication. So go ahead.
If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black, boot, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf.
That being said, a margin upon hockey down, rise and face the east. How do we diagonal this way? Rise and face the east. Hey, hey.
No.
Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa.
Abanawa.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Kadash.
Kadash.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Shamka.
Shamka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Malakuka.
Malakwa.
Taba'ah.
Taba'ah.
Zaka.
Zaka.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Baharakaza.
Baharakaza.
Hawa.
Hawa.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Bashamayim.
Bashamayim.
Thundernow.
Thundernow.
Lakam.
Lakam.
Call.
Call.
Yawam.
Yawam.
Wasalaknow.
Wasalaknow.
Kabawakinow. Kabawakinow.
Kabawakinow.
Kasalaknow.
Kasalaknow.
You fast or
Kabawakinow.
Kabawakinow.
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah.
Tabayanow.
Tabayanow.
Bonasayawam.
Bonasayawam.
Abal.
Abal.
Awashayanow.
Awashayanow.
Mayan.
Mayan.
Shalom, no pressure. The English. Our Father.
Our Father.
Which art in heaven.
Which art in heaven.
Hallowed be thy name.
Hallowed be thy name.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy will be done.
Thy will be done.
In earth.
In earth.
As it is in heaven.
As it is in heaven.
Give us this day.
Give us this day.
Our daily bread.
Our daily bread.
And forgive us of our debts.
And forgive us of our debts.
We forgive our debtors.
And we forgive our debtors.
And lead us not into temptation.
And lead us not into temptation.
But deliver us from evil.
But deliver us from evil.
For thine is the kingdom.
Thine is the kingdom.
And the power.
The power.
And the glory.
The glory.
Forever.
Forever.
So be it.
So be it.
Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Ashah.
Ashah.
Ayanya.
Ayanya.
Al-Hardy.
Al-Hardy.
Mayan.
Mayan.
Yawa'ah.
Yawa'ah.
Azaria.
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 Ma'ayin.
Ma'ayin.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Ashah.
Ashah.
Shemayim.
Shemayim.
Warataza.
Warataza.
Al-Yatan.
Al-Yatan.
Amawat.
Amawat.
Regalka.
Regalka.
Al-Yanamam.
Al-Yanamam.
Shemarka.
Shemarka.
Hana.
Hana.
La'ah.
La'ah.
Yawam.
Yawam.
Mala'ah.
Mala'ah.
Yeshan.
Yeshan.
Shalomar.
Shalomar.
Yashala.
Yashala.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Marka.
Shemarka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Zalka.
Rizalka.
Al.
Al.
Yad.
Ya'ad.
Yamyanka.
Yamyanka.
Yahomam.
Yahomam.
Ashmash.
Ashmash.
La'ah.
La'ah.
Ka.
Ka.
Wayarak.
Wayarak.
Balayala.
Balayala.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Ashmarka.
Shakmarka.
Makal.
Makal.
Ra'ad.
Ra'ad.
Yashamar.
Yashamar.
Asnapashka.
Asapashka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamar.
Yashamar.
Asa.
Yasakha.
Wawaka.
Wawaka.
Yata.
Wayata.
Wa'ai.
Wa'ai.
Hawalam.
Hawalam.
In English, I will lift up my eyes into the hills.
I will lift up my eyes into the hills.
From whence cometh my help?
From whence cometh my help?
My help cometh from your house,
My help cometh from your house,
which made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee
He that keepeth thee
will not slumber.
will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Israel
he that keepeth Israel
neither slumber nor sleep.
and neither slumber nor sleep.
Yahweh
Yahweh
is thy keeper.
is thy keeper.
Yahweh
Yahweh
is thy shade upon thy right hand.
is thy shade upon thy right
The
hand.
sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
Yahweh
Yahweh
shall preserve thee from all evil.
shall preserve thee from all
He
evil.
shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
Yahweh
Yahweh
shall preserve thy going out
shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in.
and thy coming out. Sharp. Hamatazarians.
Hakah,
Rakah.
Hakim,
Hayakim.
Hamakim,
Hamakim.
Hakah,
Rakah.
Harakawah,
Arakawah.
Hatama Allah,
Rakah Allah.
Lagarshan,
Lagarsh.
Bashim Awashai,
Bashim Yahshua.
Wadama.
Wada'amah.
In the English, Yahweh,
Yahweh.
in the name of Yahushua,
In the name of
please
Yahshua.
give us the power.
Please give us the
The
power.
power to heal
The power to heal.
all manner of sickness
All manner of sickness.
and all manner of disease.
And all manner of disease.
The power to cleanse the lepers.
The power to cleanse the lepers.
The The power to raise the dead.
Power to raise the dead.
Power against unclean spirits.
Power against unclean spirits.
Cast them out.
To cast them out.
In the name of I.S.U.P.K.
In the name of I.S.U.P.K.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
For to bless Israel in the Hebrew. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Ba'ashem Yahushua.
Ba'ashem Yahushua.
Barak Nawa.
Barak Lanawa.
Wa SHALAM.
Wa SHALAM.
Wa Bayah.
Wa Biyah.
Zaparia.
Zaparia.
Barak.
Barak.
Rapah.
Rapah.
Magun.
Magun.
Hagun.
Hagun.
Say the name of the loved ones once. Everyone repeats the name. All destroyed of Israel. I.S.U.P.K. Minneapolis.
I.S.U.P.K. Minneapolis.
I.S.U.P.K. Minneapolis.
I.S.U.P.K. Minneapolis.
I.S.U.P.K. Kentucky.
I.S.U.P.K.
I.S.U.P.K. Indiana.
I.S.U.P.K. Indiana.
I.S.U.P.K. Ohio.
I.S.U.P.K. Ohio.
Ardell Cook.
Ardell Cook.
Tiffany Cook.
Timothy Cook.
Samuel Floyd.
Samuel Floyd.
Corey Floyd.
Corey Floyd.
And all destroyed of Israel.
All the sort of Israel.
We're done. You got anybody?
Nicole Clinton.
Nicole Clinton.
All of Israel.
All of Israel.
All of I.S.U.P.K.
All I.S.U.P.K. Ba'ashem Yahushua.
Ba'ashem Yahushua.
The water Aman.
The water Aman.
English. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh.
Blessed be Yahweh.
King of heaven, to us now.
Listen to us now.
Right now.
Right now.
Say evils and curses.
Say evils and curses.
And punishment and destruction.
And punishment and destruction.
To the heathen.
To the heathen.
That speak against us.
That speak against
thy
us.
prophets.
Thy prophets.
The teachers.
The teachers.
The princes.
The princes.
The priests.
The priests.
The Israelite brothers in the school.
The Israelite brothers of the school.
Say evils and curses.
Say evils and curses.
And punishment and destruction.
And punishment and destruction.
To the heathen.
To the heathen.
And shake loose the treasure.
And shake loose the treasure.
Of the rich of Israel.
Of the rich of Israel.
That refuse to give to the school.
That refuse to give to the school.
Force their riches.
Force their riches.
To enter to thy sanctuary.
Into thy sanctuary.
And evils and curses.
And evils and curses.
And punishment and destruction.
Punishment and destruction.
To the Edomites.
To the Edomites.
And the nations.
And the nations.
And the drug dealers.
And the drug dealers.
The court system.
The court system.
Space program.
Space program.
Army. Navy. Stop us.
Or try to stop us.
Broadcasting your word from
the house of
that I've done it.
That is the angels that have done it.
Cause it to be spread.
Cause it to be spread.
Through the media.
Through the media.
Throughout the whole world.
Throughout the whole world.
Cause it to shake it that comes.
Cause it to shake it that comes.
Name Yahushua.
Name Yahushua.
They do always.
They do always.
So be it.
So be it.
Sar, which means turn. Courtesy salute the brothers of Israel. Mother Shabbat. Majid. Barak. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua Barak Tam. Yahweh. Courtesy salute to the sisters of Israel. Mother Shabbat. Majid. Barak. Yahweh Shamar Al-Thah Ba'ashem Yahushua. Yahweh. Class dismissed.